Almost. All right, we here. Gonna give Lux a quick. Oh, where she went? She all right. She probably bounced right back in. Turn this live. There we go. All right. Copy link.
I'm coming. We haven't started yet, right?
Well, no, it's recording, but we ain't really start yet. I want to just put this put this post. Yeah. Oh, they could just click my YouTube channel. I bet.
Oh, so if you put the link in the comment section of YouTube, what they come straight to the Zoom, right?
Yeah, I didn't put it in the comment section. I put it on Clubhouse. So I'm gonna just
you moving faster than me because I never did this on my own, the StreamYard. I'd be having somebody else do it. I got to learn this setup though. I tried to do a StreamYard the other day, but the volume wasn't coming in. I tried to do the calling. They sabotaged my calling phone. 4 people called in, and the phone just stopped working until my live went off.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they dirty, son. They dirty.
Here we go. Oh yeah, they already in here. All right, we got a few people in here. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta see that. All right, Lux will probably be here in a few. So hold on. Let me go live on what's the name on Clubhouse, and then we gonna go right into it. We live on Clubhouse. Here we go. In the building. Let me put this link up in the bio so people go join if they want to join. What's up, everybody in Clubhouse? What's going on? We are live on YouTube and Clubhouse. If you want to watch us live on YouTube, make sure you go click. Look, 48 people in there, 55 people here already. Make sure you go click the link that's up top, the Linktree link. You go watch us live on YouTube. If you want to join the conversation, it says it in there. Hit that link also, and it says join us in the conversation right now. I am live with Britt, Lux, and Hassan Campbell, and we about to go down this motherfucking rabbit hole. Hold on. Oh, somebody else is coming up in here already. Let me see who that is. 2 people waiting to get in here. Who is that? 2 people. I don't know who that is. Oh, they trying to come in here early. Give us a second, y'all. We gonna bring y'all in. We gonna definitely bring y'all in. Look, they trying to get in here early, huh? It's like 5 people trying to get in here. Yo, Britt, you there?
I'm here. Can you?
I just wanted to make sure I can hear your sound clear. All right, y'all. We live on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that link. Go watch us on YouTube. So look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna start off talking about Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Dogg. He put up a post. On Instagram, and the post is called the Coon Bunch. And I'm gonna show it right now to the camera, right? The Coon Bunch. And he came at black conservatives. Now we got to stop acting like it ain't no separation going on. We know it's a separation going on. We got black people, black liberals and black conservatives, and they picking a side. And at the end of the day, they not picking a side of freedom. Snoop Dogg, I love him as an artist, man. I grew up listening to him. He's a fucking mogul. He is the truth. But Snoop Dogg, I am not jacking this post. He called, look, the Coon Bunch. Let me tell you who he called the Coon. He called David Harris Jr. I follow him. Me and him got the same last name too. I fuck with David Harris. Terrence K. Williams, Candace Owens, Herman Cain. I don't know too much about him. Angela Stanton. Are you serious? Come on. Daryl C. Scott, Diamond and Silk, Hodge Twins, Paris Denard. He called them all coons. When we know it's some real coons out there that's follow that, you know, that's taking money from the government and leading our people astray. Y'all told us to go vote for Joe Biden. Look what he did. A lot of people lost their jobs. People committed suicide, forcing people to get mandates. These are the people that's fighting against that, fighting against tyranny. And Snoop Dogg, you called them coons. We got to call you out, bro. How y'all feel about that?
It's not cool at all.
Well, my whole thing is like this, right? It's sad that we in a position where we don't have no leaders no more. All we have is celebrities. And when the worst things is going on in our community, these celebrities are silent. But when they get activated, they start speaking when Master let them loose off the plantation. I keep telling everybody, when slavery, well, they said slavery was abolished. It was never abolished. What they did was they just enslaved the whole world. But the house Negro is your rappers and actors.
Wow.
So you get to see this. It's like you look at Snoop Dogg. He coming at the people that's actually using their voice, right? Yo, it's sad, right? Because when you look at the Super Bowl, when did we decide as a people that we was going back? Did they give us our rights back? Are we still 3/5 of a man? I mean, we was taking a knee for the last 2 or 3 years. So then what they use star power to make us forget all the rioting, all the protests. You throw Mary J. Blige, who we love, Dr. Dre, icon, legend, 50 Cent. You put all of these dudes, Snoop Dogg, you put all these, Kendrick Lamar, like, come on. You use star power to wash away all the harsh feelings that we had. We're taking a knee. We ain't taking a knee no more. I mean, me personally, I feel only slaves take a knee when they bow down to master.
Hey, but look, the white boy is the one who took the knee out of everybody.
Right.
Eminem took the knee. And
they
told him not to, and he did it anyway.
Because it's a game. They playing Jedi mind tricks with us. That's all that is. Now, you don't hear no more. Like, yo, you got to really, really sit back and think about it. Snoop Dogg just attacked all the people that's taking a stand for us in America. Meanwhile, in Canada and all these other different countries, these people are in an uproar, fighting for their rights to not be guinea pigs, fighting for their liberty. In America, we celebrating failure. And who they using to lead the pack? Dr. Dre. They had to use star power. Niggas wasn't watching and giving a damn about the Super Bowl no more. It fell off the last few years. Now they made it come back with a vengeance. What are we celebrating? Failure?
How you feel about it, Britt?
Did it have anything to do with death row? I think that's what I was taking from it. The whole sacrificing thing and death row with Snoop Dogg. I feel like he's out of pocket. You know, he's just another puppet that they using to piss us off, you know, to anger us and upset us. And yeah, we know who team he's on. Sacrificing thing and death.
Well, I agree with that, man. Like, you know, it's sad to see that, and we, you know, to see him come at these black people, you know, that's he called them coons. When you got real coons out here, so y'all don't care about, because I guess because you rich, people was losing their jobs. People are being forced to be mandated. People are being, look at the truckers over there in Canada right now, fighting for freedom, fighting. You know what I'm saying? Then they trying to raise martial law on them right now. And y'all these are the people that's speaking out against that have a platform. And you call them coons, and not the people who's leading us to go just march, or to go just, you know, to go just riot. Like it's a lot of things happening in this world, you know what I'm saying, that was way bigger than George Floyd. And it was big ass riots for George Floyd. But there's little girls like Anissa Scott, who I always bring up, who died and just quiet, church mouth. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that speak out against stuff like that speak out against everything. And Snoop Dogg, we're not feeling you for that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Why is it that, like,
we can get Fat Joe to come out and say that he don't think the music, the drill music, is part of the problem. And everybody has a right to their opinion, but why we can't get Fat Joe to say stop the violence?
Yo,
we could get them dudes to speak out against to speak out against, you know, people that's using their voice for our rights. People are losing their jobs, but we can't get these rappers to say not one time stop the violence. Why is that? Their voices, their influence holds a lot of weight over the community, and they know that. So why they don't use their star power to calm the streets down? Why they don't use their social media platforms to calm the streets down?
Well, I rock with Joe. You know, me and Joe, we had our issues back in the day, and I rock with him now. But I gotta say, I disagree with him on that. I drill rap, especially in NYC right now, is the cause of a lot of violence. And anybody who's saying anything otherwise is lying to themselves. They being naive. I know personally little kids who called dudes out, who called the dead out on their songs, and they wind up being killed behind that. I know that. So you can't tell me it's not the rap. Drill rap is about you disrespecting the dead and really talking about the drilling that you just did. That's what it's about. So how y'all gonna say that drill? No. And I heard Fabio Foreign. I understand what. Hold on, who is that? Oh, I understand what Fabio was saying. And when he had Be Love in the video with him, like, it's about brothers eating, getting out the hood. I get it, but not at the expense of the genocide of our people. That shit is genocide was going on in the hood. Let's be real. I was once a part of it. How you was once a part of it. So I'm not looking down upon y'all when I say that. I'm just speaking the truth, son. We didn't do that back in the day. Okay, we didn't disrespect the dead. Number one, we didn't do that, especially in no fucking music. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have social media and these type of platforms like this, but still, it was a level of respect. You respected your nigga, you know what I mean? Because he could have got you. So it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You probably fucking top the bottom to the dead on some respect shit. Y'all niggas is the way y'all disrespecting now. It is the cause of a lot of violence in the hood because it's dudes that don't have issues. They don't otherwise the other side wouldn't know who they are. Like, unless they jump on a Instagram post or YouTube post and something and diss the dead. Now everybody, okay, we got to get him too. But if it wasn't for that, if y'all ain't doing that, then you not even in their scopes. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, NYC the drill shit, that shit got to go. I respect Lil Durk for saying that he gonna stop putting people names in a song, and I think 22G said he gonna stop doing videos with guns. And then I think we gotta admit when there's a problem, and it's a big problem.
Durk putting those lyrics in his music is one of the reasons that led to his brother's death, allegedly. So when you realize, like, some of these young boys, Nas Blicky dropped a snippet of his drill song and got shot less than 24 hours later. From him dropping that track, that led to the other brother, I forget, Fabio Foreman's actual friend, being murdered the next day. But then they'll get up there and sit up there and say drill don't have nothing to do with it. In order to be a drill rapper, you have to spin the block. Then you bring the deaf lyrics to the platforms, to stream, to YouTube, to SoundCloud, or wherever else. So this is a combination that makes you a drill rapper. Now I will say, and I say this all the time, all drill rap do not diss the dead, but the majority and the energy that is bringing to New York is evil.
It is. New York is a different animal. There's gangsters all over the world, you know what I mean? But New York is filled with a lot of people packed together, especially in those projects. I don't think there's projects like in New York, like anywhere else in the world. If it is, then, tell me, you know what I mean? Prove me wrong. But it's different. Like, it's especially the fucking Bronx, especially the Bronx and Brooklyn. Like, y'all don't understand. The Bronx is one big ghetto. There ain't too many nice places in the Bronx. Like, it's not Riverdale, but even that's getting a little loose now. Like, there ain't too many nice places you can go. There she go. What's up, Lux? You muted. Let me you got to unmute.
Hi, y'all. I'm so late.
So
I wanted to look at it on YouTube too.
okay. How you feel? How y'all feel about the drill? I want to hear from the ladies, the drill rap, because we don't really get to hear from the ladies. A lot of guys talk about it, but how do y'all feel?
I definitely feel like it's a big problem here in Chicago. Like, the neighborhoods that's putting out this music, it's only making them want to retaliate. You know, when you disrespecting somebody dies behind that. I think like 6 people died behind lyrics from, like, it's out of hand. And I think they need to use these platforms to speak about other things. It doesn't have to be about who died, neighborhood beef. Like, it's so much other things to talk about besides that. And I'm happy to hear that Lil Durk is finally saying that he's gonna stop putting out those songs, because people are steady dying behind these lyrics. I've seen it. So
yep, and you in Chicago, so you know firsthand.
yeah, I know the people. Like, I know some of these people that he sing about, and yeah, it got to stop. And I understand that now, but it's so many people that had to die before he finally got the message. Like, your lyrics it's not helping society. So,
Lux, how you feel about it?
I'm sorry, I don't hear this dog barking in the background. My neighbor got a big ass dog. I think I'm from LA, so it's hoods out here. And I just think that I don't know. I mean, it's gangster rap. For me, I feel like in LA, we experience it differently because the LA rap, I feel like the rap music is mainly turning our guys gay in our type of rap music. But I can see that in Chicago and places like New York and like Detroit and all those places, like it's even worse because, you know, you do say a rapper name and get killed. And I feel like it is up to the older guys, the guys who've been in the game already, to set an example. But, you know, shout out to Durk and all the other rappers who decide to stand up. Also, like mentally, like all these guys, as far as their money and everything they put their money into, that's what's making these kids more crazy because they showing them guns, they showing them like just stupid stuff for them to spend their money on and making these little boys like killers because they don't even have influences in a neighborhood. So I feel like any rapper that's standing up against that, you know, we should be supporting as a community.
Yeah, I think everybody that's out there listening should listen to these women because a lot of times we have our own agendas, you know, in these gangs. I grew up in gangs, you know, blood, sex, money, murder, you know, and from the Bronx, Castle Hill projects, right? And we have we carry out our own agendas and without the thought of other people. Like it's a lot of, especially right now, it's a lot of women and children, you know what I mean, getting hit in the crossfire. We never take that into consideration. And if we did, I'm pretty sure like we'll think twice about our moves. So like it's good that y'all up here giving y'all perspective because we don't hear from the woman. And I wish that y'all would scream that shit right now. Like scream that shit out. Like y'all niggas need to fuck it. Yo, it's fucking us up. We scared to go outside. We can't even go to the club and have fun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like that video when the girl was like, if you can't, what's that club? It was like, you can't go here. I don't know where you can go. Like, yeah, it's dangerous for women. And literally like right now, because of all the music, literally in the music videos, the guys are consistently robbing people and even robbing girls because they literally just want to have money. They want to have purses. They want to have all the stuff that they hear about in the music industry because they really don't get no other influence for all this stuff. Like a lot of these people don't come from places where everybody wearing Dior. They see this in the music videos on the rappers, so they willing to risk their lives, rob somebody, take from somebody's mom in order to literally get those, you know, luxury items, which is mind-blowing that people still allowing it to happen or promoting it, in other words.
A lot of these rappers have children, young children that they need to be setting examples for, you know, and making these lyrics, it's all negative. You know, they gotta step up to the plate. Like, I don't know what happened with hip hop, but it's definitely going downhill. And
girl, hip hop started we started getting lyricists. In the moment they started seeing intelligent Black men saying stuff on the radio, it became a problem.
Yeah, because when you have those rappers like Common and, you know, those intellectual type rappers, they don't get a lot of play. You know, they don't. And even we were discussing the frequencies today, the frequencies that they have this music on is messing up our bodies. You know, it's causing people to want to harm, and, you know, it's messing with the lower chakras, you know, and it's not good. It's not good.
They actually had a Caucasian rapper. I don't even know his name, but he was a rapper, and he was literally rapping about all of this. Like, he was rapping about how what they do to the Black community, and how they literally use the Black guys to, it's literally messing with our whole community, because our children, that, like, I got a son, so he don't listen to no type of rap. Like, he don't know no Future. He don't know no Lil Baby. He don't know none of that. He know kid songs, but I know other children who do know the songs. And like a lot of kids in Memphis, like I got family who down there, like those kids are dangerous because of the music.
Yeah. I don't even let my kid watch videos. We don't listen to that on the radio in the car. Like, he don't know nothing.
Yeah. He don't know nothing about that. Like, he 3, he don't know no hip hop. Like, he knows nothing. But, you know, I know that the other thing is that by me even sheltering him like that, it also makes me so scared, because like he'll be watching something on YouTube. Like, we listen to Burna Boy, because he Nigerian too. So we listen to like a lot of Nigerian music. And the way YouTube is set up is so crazy. Like, they're trying to mess with your kid's head, yo. Like, they pop in these commercials and all these other things. One time we were watching Burna Boy, and then they turn on Lil Nas X. And like the video came on probably like 6 times, like back to back. They kept trying to throw it in there. And I just kept thinking, like, you trying to turn my kid out? Like, it got to be something like that video they had with all those guys saying, we're coming after your kids. Yo, like, this is literally happening in the industry. It's happening with the guns, and it's happening with like their sexuality. That's what I feel. I feel like it's murder. They killing them in all type of ways. They literally just dismantling the entire image of the Black male.
That's a fact. How y'all feel about this? Because Haz, you speak on this a lot, and I'm conflicted with it, because I'm being an artist and, you know, and rapping about my life and shit like that. Them Jay-Z and Meek Mills and them, they trying to get them to pass a law that they can't use their rap lyrics. I'm conflicted. I kind of agree with it, because it's like, damn, that would be another tool to, you know, to lock a lot of Black men up. But, you know, but then on the other side, like, niggas got to do better. Like, stop talking about you. Like, they talk about actual, like, I never rapped in a song actually shooting anything that I did. I never did that. Like, you know, I never said, yo, I hit this nigga. He look at him. I made him flip, and this is what they do now. So it's like, y'all got to do better, unless they're going to start using that shit against you. How y'all feel about that?
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, you're right. Stop saying what you're doing. Like, isn't that a law? Isn't that called dry snitching?
I'm trying to think
You
of
look at the timing, though.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
When Jay-Z and Meek Mill decided to stop that, you got to look at the timing. First and foremost, you had Young Dolph get murdered, right? After Young Dolph got murdered, there's music that came from what is his name? Young Black and what's the other brother name?
Yo Gotti.
So now you got to understand, these dudes that make songs, this and that, this and this man. There's threats there, there's lyrics there. So then there's rumors of allegedly the $5 million that came, allegedly, I have to say, from them dudes on that man's head. So now, of course, Jay-Z and Meek Mill's got to step up for these dudes, because this is part of their camp, who they rock with. Second of all, it's like this, right? As a man, you have to learn to separate yourself at some point in time from the gangster persona. And in the process of saying, okay, I'm not this gangster no more, I'm the father. All through America, everybody been screaming, no justice, no peace. Peace comes from the parents. When a parent has to bury her child, and the community, Jay-Z and Meek Mills are saying, no, we're not going to allow you to use the lyrics where this dude actually confessed to the murder crime, the murder scene in the actual murder, and you telling me that I can't use this, and this man killed my child? So if I decide to say, you know what, I want to handle this the legal way, I don't want the niggly shit, I don't want to go to jail to throw my life away, I want the courts to deal with this. You telling me basically the courts can't deal with it, I'm being robbed of this decision because y'all want to take the lyrics out where you can't use somebody's confession on wax. You're bragging about killing my child, but the courts are saying we can't use that. Nah, I don't agree with that at all. I think that if you're stupid enough to confess about killing somebody's child, you should be convicted for it.
That's what I say. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's like, yo, you're right. If you're dumb enough to do that, then fuck it. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? How you feel about that, Britt?
The rapper YNW Melly with that song "Murder on My Mind," he came out.
He went to jail,
confessing to his own crime. He killed his friend. He wrote it in the song and he made the video for it. And he's still in jail to this day. And it's sad because he had talent, you know, and he was young and just threw his whole life away by.
He's still fighting that case. They're trying to give him the death penalty, right?
Yeah, he's been fighting that case for a long time.
It probably is though. What, he got like a double, triple homicide?
Yeah, that's like a double homicide. They talking about giving him the death penalty.
Yeah, because it was premeditated, and then he made a song out of it. Like,
actually, recently they just talking about they want to get pictures of his body, of his tattoos to use against him too. I just read something about that. They actually trying to get his own tattoos. They want to get the tattoos to actually match that to the crime scene too.
I'm glad I ain't got no tattoos because when I was on Rikers, they, that's what they do too. They take all your tattoos down and they try to link your shit to your crime and your case and shit like that. Yeah, you can tell on yourself through your body too. What gang you in? Niggas who got the
they do that in LA. In LA, they got gang units. So whenever they pull young black guys over or Mexicans over in the hood, they take pictures of your body when they pull you over. So you can't just do something. Like, as soon as you do something, they take pictures of your body right there on the street. And they know what hood you from. And that's how they gang unit you.
Yo,
but obviously these kids don't know that. They don't know that.
And if they are going to see this, one thing I do want to say to them is, look, man, especially the dudes in the Bronx, right? When I was just up there last year, like the end of the summer, doing the Guns Down Life Up work, going into the communities, talking to them, I also gained some law enforcement friends. And they know if they tell me something, they got to know that I'm going to go back and tell. You got to know it. You know what I mean? Because why else tell me? I'm not going to. So they telling me and showing me dudes that they're investigating. And I went and I told dudes that I got love for. Some dudes, I don't feel like, it ain't that I don't want to go tell them. It's just like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Some people was like, yeah, like, I don't even know y'all like that. But I told a lot of dudes like, yo, look, I personally, me, Hocus, synced you on a fucking piece of paper as a pyramid. They investigating. They're gonna go to jail. I don't know what they got on you, but 1,000,000% investigating you. Chill out. I think the police is what they wanted me to do because, they know the work that I'm doing. So I'm saying it now to y'all again. I did a post on the IG last year. Y'all gonna go to jail. Relax. Stop fucking putting people names in y'all songs. That drill rap shit, the shit is terrible. The music, the beats and some of the lyrics, the way y'all flow is new and it's catchy. And I like that. But y'all don't have to really diss nobody. Y'all can still rap. Like I like B-Love, the kid B-Love, he got a song, like one of those songs for a female, like one of them drill rap songs with the same beat. I'm like, that was dope. Like people are really going to embrace that if y'all do that. I don't think y'all understand that. You know what I mean? Because it's used to be, I used to tell my son I wanted him, my son raps now too, right? He'd be 20 this year. He raps like that, but he raps on the drill beats, but he ain't got no option on that. He don't do that. But I used to really want him to be a rapper. Like he was like 13, 14. I used to be like, yo, come rap. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, nah. Now that he want to be a fucking rapper, I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want him to be a rapper. This is not a career you want your child to be no more. I'm gonna be honest. Not in the hood, you know what I mean? Not from where we from. It's not a career you want to choose for them. So yeah, man, like Haas was saying, these people, if it's a civilian, right? We got to think about them too. We got to think about the civilians too. There are people who's really making this world go round too, not just gangsters. And it's less people that think like us and more people that are civilians than us. So let's think about them. If their son or daughter gets shot, let's take Anissa Scott, for example, the little Chicago girl I always talk about. And the DA want to use the lyrics of a rapper who said that he did that. He spent the block and Anissa got hit. And that parent is going to want to use those lyrics. And she's not wrong for that. Yeah. She should be able to, because you fucking told on yourself in the song. Just stop doing it. Yeah, that's what I got to say, bro.
You know what I don't understand? That's like with the situation with Mr. Sex Money. He lost this little man, or whatever the case may be.
Oh man, rest in peace.
And it's sad. It's sad. My whole thing is like, where is all of these parents while their kids is on the internet? You can see the omen of evil in this music industry, in this internet. Why, if like with me and you, how you just said, Hope, you said, I'm scared for my son. Where is that fear factor? We know what the streets held in our time. And in these days right now, this just, the difference is you don't feel no angels in the street. When you walk through the streets of New York right now, you really feel like you in the pits of hell. So when you actually watch the videos and see the evilness in these kids' face, where is all the parents at? It's like I get sick and tired of men getting dressed up to get fly to come to their son's funeral. It's a bunch of this going on. The dudes, you know the evils that the streets hold for your son. The mothers are sending their kids out to an early grave, and the fathers are sitting back missing an action. But they always show up on time for the funeral. And this is the thing that's killing me. So it's like in between this times, we knew what we had to deal with. We knew what we had to face. You're sending your kids outside to an early grave, and you know this. But then all these parents want to sit up there and, oh, my baby. You knew your baby was going into the hellfire. We not watching the same thing. I get so much heat and so much backlash because I sit on social media and keep attacking this drill music. And people feel like, oh, you hating, you the FBI. The FBI, if I got to become the FBI to save somebody's child from dying, from a bullet to their face, get hit him in the head with the headshot, hit him in the leg with the, so it's like, okay, I got to come up with all these antics to make you aware that your child is dying outside. But then when I said he got a snot box rock, it's like, how could you say that? Okay, let me tell you what happened. He got hit in his face, his head exploded. The autopsy, they had to cut the organs out. They put him in a freezer. What is the nice way of me saying your child just got rocked? There's no nice way. So I get extra with it to lure you in to say, hey, let's stop the violence, let's stop the madness. But then you get these celebrities coming because and every time my voice is getting hurt so much, now they starting to water down. They trying to like slow down. Like it's like they taking half my views and throw it in the garbage. And then the people are still coming and getting me back up to the 100,000. They're watering me down and okay, cool. So now Hassan Campbell's voice is becoming heard too much. Let's let Fat Joe come out here and say it's not the drill music when he knows he's a pathological liar. I would respect Fat Joe even more so if he came and he said, you know what? I don't think it's the music, but I'm going to say stop the violence anyway. If you're going to speak on the topic, how do you speak on it without saying, yo, this got to stop, young men, young ladies? I got people that tell me on a regular basis that I saved their lives just from being on social media. So imagine the impact that Fat Joe, Remy Ma, and Papoose would have with the Stop the Violence movement. Imagine all of the dudes that's coming out with this, like, yo, Fabio Foreman got a hell of a following. But at the same time, I also realized, too, some of those drill rappers want him dead, too. That's his man, he got rocked. Everybody from Brooklyn not feeling son. So he caught up in the middle. He has the voice right now to calm the streets down somewhat. Like, yo, we're going to stop dissing your homies. They're going to stop dissing our homies. But they won't. You know why? Because it's just like Crazy Bone said from Bone Thugs and Harmony. He read the letter of how the penitentiary is owned by the same people that own the music industry. So they use gangster rap to push that energy through the 808. And see, I keep telling people, words are spells. I played the video before for the people and put it on Instagram where it showed 48, what's that 1,000 Ways to Die. And I told you about this before, the 1,000 Ways to Die, there was a beat. A geek, he hacked the military and they beat. And one of the frequencies that he listened to, it fried his organs.
Wow.
So they have beats, frequencies to throw you out of whack. They got beats, frequencies where you listen to music 3 o'clock in the morning, and some of these dudes will tell you that they was listening to a certain song and they end up seeing demons in their house and killed their whole family, woke up in jail. Words are spells. Music is frequencies. The 808 it messes with your chakra. When you start spitting these lyrics into the universe, they come back down. It's not a coincidence that you'll drop a record and they get shot the next day. And then somebody else responds to that and gets shot the next day, and then the next day. So at some point in time, people got to start waking up, because the reality of it is, if I fall back off of my message and say, you know what, let the hood be the hood, aka let the good die young, because that's what's happening. Some of these kids is good kids with no guidance, that's thinking it's cool to invoke death, to invoke demonic frequency. You ain't got to believe in God to believe in the powers of your words. You spoke death into your life, and it happened. That's spells.
That's fact. You know, just to respond real quick, with Mr. Sex Money, you know, when his son was living with him in North Carolina, he was an honorable student. Like he was living down there for a while, and he was doing real good. You know, New York just had, like you said, that he went back to New York, started living with his moms, and I don't want to touch too much on his personal, but that's my brother. I don't want too on his personal shit, but you know, right. I'm not saying nothing, I'm not blaming the mother either. I'm just saying the environment. New York, the environment is very toxic, and living in the hood, especially the Bronx, you know, and his homies was K Flock. Shout out to K Flock, free K Flock. I spoke to him too not too long ago, you know, while he's locked up fighting his case. You know, the environment is volatile, very, very volatile. You know what I'm saying? So I blame, you know, I definitely would blame the environment. Of course, there's a lot of deadbeat fathers out there that ain't in their children's lives, but Mr. Sex Money ain't one of them. There's a lot out there that need to step up more. And a lot of, you know, and I don't disagree with you a lot when you say, you know, this is a whole nother rabbit hole where, you know, sometimes people just get together, just that, you know, have sex and have baby and then split up. And then it's like they go through whatever they go through and not really focus on the child. And it's just a big separation there. And that child is growing up seeing everything. That child gets love in the streets and attached to people in the streets. And now he in the trap house and mommy don't even know. He just thinks he outside with his friends. You know what I mean? So the environment is real toxic and messed up, man. I want to hear, I like what you said about the 808s too, you know, because Kanye broke that down too. That's, you know, that's real potent. But what I see Maggie just came on, King DNA. What's going on, y'all? Everybody that's on Clubhouse, if y'all want to join the conversation, click the link up top. We live on Clubhouse, on YouTube. We got Hassan Campbell in the building. We got Britt, King DNA, and Maggie just joined. So we in here. If y'all want to come join the conversation, we here for.
Shout out to the 500 people in the building. We got 500 people in the building. Shout out to y'all.
Oh, I ain't even know it was 500 people in the building on YouTube. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all for being here. Okay. Salute. What's going on, King DNA? You there? Maggie, you there? Yeah. Well, Britt, how you feel about what Haas was just talking about?
I wanted to touch on the fact that I have a friend that makes music, and basically he was telling me that he tunes his music to like the healing frequencies, like 432 and the love frequencies, and Apple Music and Spotify, they change it back to the 440 hertz, like intentionally. So they don't want no healing properties going into the music. But he did say that YouTube doesn't fool with the frequencies. So if you, I guess whatever you upload to YouTube, they won't tamper with your frequencies. But Spotify and Apple Music, they don't want no healing. They want our young people killing and hurting each other. And the youth, they just think it's cool. It's so many young boys out here with guns now. I see them at the gas station. It's different. It's definitely different. When I grew up, kids used to fight. You know, you didn't like somebody, y'all was fighting after school, and that was that. Like now they running to get guns. They taking guns to school. It's just getting out of hand. So yeah, I agree with what Hassan was saying.
You know, 11-month-old just got shot in the face in the Bronx, and that was like, dang, man. And then when it was in Queens last year. There was a shootout. I believe it was some Spanish brothers, Patia brothers, and like 7 people got hit. It was like damn near all of them was bystanders. It's like dudes are just jumping out there being reckless, and then when you got And then when they get locked up, you know, which their homies is like free them, free them. You got people like free them, and if you speak out against it, like Haas is doing, it's like, nah, you ain't supposed to do that. But it's like that. Why do we have to be quiet for those people agendas? They selfish agendas. It's selfish. You wasn't thinking about that baby. You wasn't thinking about Anissa Scott when you spent the block, but you killed her. Free him? I mean, from a street perspective, yeah, but from a perspective of the world, it's like, why wasn't you thinking about who was out there? Why you just shot up the whole block? Why you ain't just go directly for your target? Why you do the coward shit? What's up, King Dene? You there? Maggie, you there? Yvonne, Scott, y'all want to chime in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's going on, Hopes?
What's good, bro? We here, we in the building. We, had to take it to YouTube. Got my brother Hassan Campbell in the building. We got Brittany in here. Lux was in here earlier. But we live, bro. We talking about the drill rap and the violence in our community, and how the drill rap is causing more violence in our community, a lot of violence, unnecessary violence, and what's some solutions that we could take to help stop this shit. I do want to say, the shooting that even look what just happened in LA, the Super Bowl with Kodak Black. It's just like, and it become big news and it become trendy and it become some entertainment. That's not entertainment. Niggas got shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is entertainment now. It is bad, man. It's bad. But yeah, if you want to chime in, King, just wanted to let you know what we was talking about.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, to be conscious and from living the street life like I live, you know what I'm saying? I used to tote guns. I done a whole lot of things. Everything I'm saying, I wrote in my books, man. And I really haven't even really touched on the real things that I've dealt with. I've been shot in 3 separate incidents. I've been stabbed an inch away from my heart, had to have 29 staples. And to look at how crime, how guns, how drugs are pushed into our communities and where it actually really comes from. It's amazing how we look at ourselves as the actual issue. And we are. I'm not saying that we are not. I think that there are some issues that we need to resolve in our communities, but I also look at the government. The government pushes this shit. They make it seem as if that they're not a part of it. They make it seem as if they don't profit from it, but they're the ones that are making the profit from our downfalls in our communities. And I think that needs to be addressed, because the people that are basically profiting from it is them. They profiting from the jail system. They are profiting from the arrests. They are profiting from the drugs. They are profiting from the guns. They are profiting from, from the deaths of us. You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to address. I'm going to say this, right? This was brought up in one of the Hocus rooms a while ago. I wanted to address it, but at the time I didn't address it because the flow of the conversation was so good that I didn't get a chance to get into it. There was a conversation, I know it was with Minnie, and the lady was saying that Black men should be in their neighborhoods and their communities and trying to stop the crime. And I've always been that type of guy. I've been that guy in my neighborhood where people can come to me and I can squash beefs because I'm well known, I'm well respected.
Right.
But
same.
I got into this issue where my cousin got into it. Like, this was like 5 years ago. And the little young guy knows, like he knows better. He knows better that he shouldn't have, he shouldn't have touched my cousin. So I go and approach the dude, it was a one-on-one talk. I let him know, like, man, you can't do that no more, man. I mean, if you do it again, it's going to be consequences. Make a long story short, me and the guy wind up bumping into each other again. This little guy shoots into the air. He think he's scaring me, but he just shooting into the air. And I'm looking at it like, I have a lot to basically risk. if I just go back to being the old me, right? And I said, I gotta let that go. It's not worth it. Look, he shot into the air. It was just shots in the air. I'm not going to get into my ego and take this into my hand. And then another thing I realized too, and I become conscious of, I don't want to kill another black man. That's not nothing I want to do. I am a gun owner. I own several guns, but at the same time, my guns are not for my people, if you get where I'm coming from.
Right.
And so, my thing is that it's for real tactical things that need to be done if it comes down to it. But I love our people so much that, at the same time, I have to know when to digress and put myself in a position where I can have those one-on-one, but I'm not out here trying to save the world.
Nah, it's facts. Hey, Maggie, what's going on?
Hi.
What's up? What part of the world you in right now? Where you tapped in from?
In Fort Lauderdale, South Florida.
You in Florida, South Florida. How you feel about the conversation that we're having about, I don't know. I know you probably don't listen to this drill music, but as far as like from your perspective, it might be an outside perspective of you seeing the violence, the uptick in violence and gang culture in our communities. How you feel about that?
I love your rooms. I didn't even know I was clicking on a Zoom link, and here I am. So I honestly, I don't know too much about this topic, but it's a whole new rabbit hole for me. So I just came to absorb information. I had no idea that the music industry has anything to do with the prison system. That was a whole new red pill for me, and I just want to learn more. But what I do know is that music and art, for me, I've known for a little while now, since I started to wake up, that they all have codes, and frequencies, or higher frequencies or lower frequencies. They either make me feel good or they make me feel pretty crappy. So I'm very careful what I absorb, as far as books I read or videos I watch or music I listen to, because I know very much so that it can affect my aura. It can affect how I'm feeling. It affects so much. I'm only just beginning to learn. And like you said, it's all spelling. Words are spells. So yeah. So I don't really have too much more to say on this topic, except that it's super interesting, and I love being in your rooms and just absorbing all this information. So thank you for letting me speak.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you for being here. I do want to point out that they're putting insurance on rappers now. So like you gotta think that's why they giving out, because like I'm thinking like, yo, how they giving all these young boys money like that? Like they give these niggas millions of dollars, like every little drill rapper that's coming up, they give them the money. It's like they fund each side of the wall. Think about it for a second. If you got, first of all, oh shit, my bad. You got let's take who I'm gonna take. Let's take Youngin Ace and Julio Fulio. They from Florida. They from Jacksonville. They beefing with each other. It's a worldwide beef. Everybody knows. If you go on YouTube, you can fucking pull up the whole beef and you'll watch everything, right? People died. Literally, people died. They scream. They doing the same shit, talking about the people that's dead. This person talking about his people that's dead. But the record labels, one record label go sign this one, fund this side of the wall. One record label go sign this one, fund this side of the wall. George Soros tactics in the music industry in our community. Why are y'all funding the east side of the wall? Like, why would y'all do that? More guns. They jury, and then they put insurance on them. Well, let them die. We gonna that money we gave them is insured. This is facts. So don't get mad at us for me and Haas when y'all hear us talk like this. This is what's really happening.
Then they forget the fact that back in the days when we was growing up in New York, we didn't have all this gang activity neither. So now you taking drill rap mixed with gang banging, and then you putting a budget of death on it. Back in the days when a rapper made it, he was taken out of the hood. Nowadays, these little niggas are stuck on the same blocks with a budget to kill. They let him go with this budget. They start. I noticed. I bet you one thing. Fabio Forrest said, "You don't go back to the hood no more." That's it for him. You know why? Because he knows if he on the wrong block at the wrong time, it's over. It's over. Niggas can say whatever they want, like, oh, you're not proving the fact. Listen, it's self-explanatory. The only ones that's dying right now is drill rappers. How do you explain that? The only ones that's dying right now is drill rappers. They're the ones with them and their friends. So now it don't take a rocket scientist to say, okay, well, this drill movement, the energy that comes with this is death. Being a drill rapper comes with a death penalty. If it ain't the rapper that dies, it's all of the rapper's friends. Look at Dirk.
Or their grandparents.
Count the bodies. Count the bodies that Dirk have in his circle alone. All of the people that died between FBG Duck Camp and King Von O Block. If you look at some of those documentaries that they got on YouTube, and you listen to the amount of bodies, and you being from Chicago, you can break that down better than me, because I was clueless into this until FBG Duck died and King Von died. That's when I started to see, like, oh wow.
FGB Duck, he's another one that took a shot at the dead. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, once you say something about that somebody else that died, it just rouse up.
Because they be saying they smoking them in blunts now. And as soon as they say that, they be like, smoking your homie. And they kill another person as soon as you do that.
FBG Duck dropped that song Dead Bitch. And that's what led to Muwap and them allegedly pulling up downtown and airing him out. They didn't care where they caught him at. These niggas were so angry. And this is what I keep telling people. Nah, it was a hit. It was more than a hit. That dude made a song dissing all their dead family members, and it was hot. The song was hot. So now you listen to this, and it's like, first and foremost, that's like me sitting up there disrespecting one of Hocus' dead family members, and then it sound dope and everybody's playing it. Niggas ain't trying to talk like, what? It's an anger that comes with that, like, oh, word? All right, I got you. Right. It's an anger that comes with that. You know, so now you done set up there, put out one of the hottest songs. Everybody's rocking it. It got him a deal. It got him a deal. So now, at first he was blackballed. Then he got a deal where he just got signed. Soon as they knew he got that deal, he was going to have money to put behind all of those soldiers that he had. They was already dying on both sides. But once he got that budget behind him, they knew they couldn't let him get his feet in there, on top of the fact that it was like, yo, listen to this. Oh my God, listen to the song Dead Bitch. After that song right there is ill.
I heard that. I was like, whoa, this is the most disrespectful song I heard in my life.
The most disrespectful song I heard in my life. And it was dope. So it's like, oh, wow. You really said that about my dead cousin, brother, uncle, sister, niece?
Even the song Young Dolph made about Yo Gotti, when he'd be like calling him gay, calling his big brother gay, he'd be like, y'all all bitches. He say all of that stuff. And a lot of the songs that, you know, he was dissing his ops most of the time. And he was all like, Yo Gotti, you's a hoe, like Ho Gotti. He was saying all type of shit. And just imagine, like you said, them songs on replay in the club, wherever you go, it's like you a hoe, wherever you at. It's like kill that nigga.
They'll make the DJ cut it off. Like they
yeah.
To that tonight.
Oh, they run down on them, make the DJ cut off in Chicago.
Oh yeah, cut it off. They'll stop the whole club. Yeah, they don't play that in Chicago. I actually grew up on the same block with G Herbo. And I'm kind of glad to see that he's not really participating in the drill music, even though he's from Chicago. You know, he used his platform to rap about normal stuff that rappers rap about. You know, he hasn't really came at nobody, and he's been trying to be like neutral against the cliques, the rapper cliques that got beef. So shout out to G Herbo.
Right. But you
only thing is, when you said G Herbo, all I thought about was that last song he just came out with. He said, "You touch my chain, bop bop."
But I feel him on that though.
I kind of they all a part of it.
No, but you know what though? I could live with gangster rap.
Right.
Yeah, like gangster rap. Not saying don't kill somebody.
Like, listen, I love MOP. I love MOP. You know what I mean? I grew up off of NWA, but there is a line, like even with me, a lot of people mad at me.
The disrespect.
How's you hypocritical? You said some bad things that I wish I didn't say with Trife Gangsta. You know what I mean? I apologize just to the people, but he made me so mad with the disrespect. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me give you some fighting words because y'all want to be niggerly. Let me turn into the same nigga that these little niggas is being, and I'm dead wrong for that. I gotta admit it. But sometimes when you have people poking and playing and calling you gay and Hassan Campbell and disrespecting you for being raped, it's like, okay, what else could I say now? Being that you think it's funny that I got raped and you calling me all types of things out of my manhood, well, let me make you feel the same way. So now we can get to the fighting. We ain't got to talk no more videos, no nothing. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, that was a bad example on my behalf. So
yeah, it was a low blow. It was a low blow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a low. It was a low blow, and it was not cool. And see, one thing about me, I don't pretend to be perfect. I make mistakes. Where I was raised to be a savage. We was raised to be killers at an early age. So I had to untrain myself from the ignorance that I was raised and taught. Nobody came and cleaned us up. Even with Hocus, we wasn't raised to be nice YouTube bloggers. We was raised to be in the trenches in the streets. So when you see dudes like transforming, nobody came to us with some counseling and some healing. We had to really, really grow out of our pain.
On our own. You're right. On our own, bro. Like I had to do this self-work on my own. It was into that last time where the universe sat my ass down for them 4 years facing life in prison. Like, nigga, you get it right now. You gonna I said, you know what? I had to do that inner work, but you're right. Ain't nobody come counsel us. Never had a counselor. Never had. To this day, I got nobody to really. I'm a loner. Like I don't really talk too many people. I don't. I wish I did have somebody to talk to and vent to, but I'm somebody who really don't do that. Like I just don't like, people use words against you, so I don't tell people what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? How I really feel sometimes. So people use shit against you. I'm vulnerable sometimes, but Haas is way more vulnerable than me. And I commend you for that. You know what I mean? For coming out, telling your story and being vulnerable like that. But I wish I could be vulnerable to some. Maybe I might find somebody to be vulnerable to like that. But I'm just not like that.
We hope you do, Hocus.
Yeah, we wasn't raised that way. For real. We had to humble ourselves. The people that y'all see on here now, we just so happy to be here at the age that we at. Like, yo, the shit that we done it. We was them same little niggas. We ain't trying to put them down. But we trying to do, pull back now. Now it's time to pull back. Like, let's give it back to them. That's what me and Haas is doing here. And King DNA, as he said, he was also on the streets early too.
Yeah.
Now, our generation, we lied. We were straight up liars. Now, it wasn't me. You catch us.
Everybody lied back in the day.
This new generation. Yeah, this new generation, they're telling on themselves, yeah, I did this. Yeah, we caught you slipping at the bus stop. Like, no, we would never do that. Like, you're absolutely not going to get me to sit up there and convict myself of something that an open case. You're never going to get me to get on the internet and brag about an open case so I can throw myself in the penitentiary. Like, no, it don't get no stupider than that. This generation right here is super stupid.
Yo, how many times did the live feature kill niggas? That live feature is the devil sometimes, man. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, niggas got caught slipping on that shit. Like, yo, back in the day, we didn't want to take pictures, let alone be on a live. If I'm beefing, let niggas know where I'm at. Yo, what?
That's how a lot of rappers get shot, because they be flossing where they at, especially when they come to LA. When these rappers come to LA, they can't help it because they record the whole thing all the way here. And these people are watching. People, all you gotta do is look on Zillow. If anybody buy a house or anything, people just look on Zillow or apartments.com and find out where you live at. And that's the thing. Like, what's his name? What was that guy name from New York? What's his name? Pop Smoke. That's how they got Pop Smoke. They just looked them up on Zillow.
Pop Smoke is the GOAT of this era as far as drill rap and music. I love Pop Smoke because if you listen to Pop Smoke, yeah, he started out with this and whatever, but you listen to that album that came out when he died, oh my God, every song was a hit. It was nothing about, it was songs for the ladies. It was,
that's why they had to get his ass out of here.
No, he had some good fucking music, yo. And I was surprised that in that I ain't really tapped into him early on. You know what I mean? Because, I moved here to Atlanta. I've been here 3 years. So, but, rest in peace to Pop Smoke, man. He was fucking...
Piece of Pop Smoke.
He had some good music. He definitely did.
Hulk, I heard the
he literally died for no reason.
Too.
Who you said, huh?
I heard the crime rate in Atlanta is off the...
Oh, no.
Niggas getting carjacked at the goddamn gas station.
Yeah, it's crazy out here. It's crazy in Atlanta. Definitely getting carjacked at gas stations. My car got stolen one time. I ain't get carjacked, but I must have left it open and running because I went inside a little spot with my cousin and shit. So I come out, my car is missing. You know what I mean? 3 days later, so this is what they do. They take your car and they go joyrides and they leave it on the side of the highway. And that's exactly what happened. And I wound up getting it back. But yeah, they take cars out here. They big on home invasions. But they so you got to think. Guns out here, you can walk in a gun store at 18 years old and just go get a gun. Like, you know what I mean? Without, as long as you got an ID, Georgia ID. So guns is like nothing. These niggas walk around with, you know, in New York, it's handguns for us. These niggas got choppers on their fucking passenger seat, literally. And it's okay. Like, it's okay. Even if they get pulled over, it's okay. They're going home. They're not going to jail. So, yo, I was in club, I think it was Club Onyx. It just had opened back up, maybe only a month. And I had my artist with me and I had in a section with some celebrities, no matter who. And, you know, so she's sitting there and she's like, she texted me, right? Because I'm on the cut. I'm like on the side, like while she in the section. I told her to go sit next to them. And she's like, yo, I'm scared. For no reason. No apparent reason at all. She said, I'm scared. But she's like that, though. She's young. She's like 23. I'm like, you scared? I'm like, come on, we got to go. So my man, Jay, like, nah, she got a network, bro. Let her stay. Let her stay. Long story short, we left. My man Jay calling me on the phone on the way home. Yo, bro, they shooting, bro. Yo, I'm like, nah, you lying, bro. All I hear is do 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 do. Sound like Call of Duty. Literally 200 shots. 5 people got hit. 2 people died. I think a girl died. Crazy. Good thing she had that instinct for us to leave. I don't want to go to these clubs and all that shit no more. I'm done with that shit. Like nobody want to go. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. You see, bro, shots. Oh, get away. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm good. I'll be 39 this year. I'm not afraid to tell you my age. I'll be 39 this year. I'm a best man. That's 40. Let's round it off. Fuck it. I'm 40. I'm okay. I want to relax. When I turn 50, I really want to relax. I'm good. I might not be able to do to nothing. I just want to just chill and just tour the world, not on no music shit. Just travel the world or something. Yo, nobody want to go out to get shot at or to be in the shit. People want to go out to have fun. And like I said earlier, look, 7 people got hit. People got hit that had nothing to do with the altercation. Nobody is thinking about nobody else. Niggas are selfish. And if somebody was to tell on their ass a snitch, they're going to say, oh, they're a snitch. But yo, what about your selfish ass agenda? You know what I mean? That when you went and did that. So yeah. Rico, what up, bro? I see you.
Yo, what up, ho? You doing, man?
We here, you know, we know the conversation. How you feel about it?
Nah, it's definitely a good video.
Yeah, we're going to stay on for probably like, you know, because the conversation's good, like maybe 20 more minutes. And then we got to get ready for the 11 o'clock room at night in Clubhouse. I see a lot of people, if you want to join, a lot of people trying to join now. If you want to join the conversation real quick, come kick it with me, Hassan Campbell, and Brittany, and King DNA, and Rico, and Lux, and Yvonne. Get up here right now. Hit that link up top on Clubhouse and get in here right now. We're going to stay on for at least another 20, 30 minutes and kick it. Y'all know we got the room at 11. It's going down. Where it be 300, 400, 500 people in there every night. Y'all know how we do already. So Rico, I want to ask you something. I was talking earlier about, I want to see how you feel about this. Snoop Dogg called, did you see it? Where he called out a bunch of black conservatives and called them coons?
Man, terrible. You know, it's crazy. You know, when you look around America and Black American, every time you look up, they're referencing Jim Crow, slavery, etc. Fast forward to today, those same people are now anti-freedom, having personal choice of what you do with your body, and they're pro going backwards. They're now pro segregation, pro losing your freedom, and they go against other black people that are speaking out for your rights. In my opinion, Snoop is a fucking sellout. And I mind me the curse. I'm from LA. Grew up with Snoop, but it's crazy that he comes out. He bowed down to Gayle King and apologized. But now he got all this energy to canvas. And magically, it's right after he announces he's buying Death Row, or he's the owner of Death Row. But you gotta think about it. Snoop been an employee his whole career. He's never been no boss. He's always been under somebody. So why all of a sudden now they're giving him this platform? Because I guess they want to use him as another tool to try to get more of his own people to take that shot.
Yo, a lot of people come at Candace Owens. Ladies, how y'all feel about Candace Owens? Yvonne, you can chime in too whenever you want. Lux, Britt, how y'all feel? I love her. I love Candace. I ain't gonna lie. I think she's super dope. You know what I mean? I think she speaks her mind. I don't agree with everything she says sometimes. Like the way she went hard on George Floyd. I thought that was a little harsh. Like, ooh. But I agree with a lot of shit she say. You know what I'm saying? So how y'all feel about her?
I mean, I think she's pretty straightforward. I feel like a lot of Black people nowadays is looking for the Democratic side of things, opinion of things. But when I look at history, it seemed like most Black people was Republicans anyway. And I think that this lady is speaking from a Republican perspective, right? She a Republican, right? So, I mean, if we think about it, she's just saying the truth, because we know now that all that Democrat stuff is just basically slavery talk. We know that now. Yes. So I appreciate her telling the truth. That's why I low-key be appreciating Fox sometimes, because these other Democrat shows, they be lying. So good shout out to Candace for keeping it real.
See, a lot of the Democrats are starting to turn Republican now. Like a lot of the younger people, they like, I'm not.
Now they realizing
they want to be Republicans now. They rocking with Trump.
It's crazy to think that we was Democrats, and as Democrat, the whole entire culture, kind of not the whole culture, but majority of the culture voted for Joe Biden. So now I feel like a lot of people really got a taste of what it means to be a part of the Democratic Party.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they don't like it. And I don't think people like
Millie
it at all.
Mills. Thanks for that donation, Millie Mills.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting Hocus for a Fifth. We got 677 people in the building. That's what's up. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Y'all appreciate y'all. Make sure I hit that like button. I appreciate all the super chats, and I appreciate the 673 people that's on YouTube. We're gonna start going down YouTube lives more, and y'all gonna see me more active on YouTube, like Haas do, just putting up posts and speaking my mind. You know, Haas, he talked me into it. I'm here, so this is just the start of something that's gonna be like every day. Well, not live every day, maybe live like once a week, and y'all all welcome every single time if y'all want.
But you know what's so dope about this? Because now they get to see the faces of the people in the rabbit hole. That's what makes it dope, because you hear the voices. Now you get to see the beautiful faces. And shout out to the beautiful sisters. We need more sisters to use their voice, because the sisters, the women count. The women are the ones that's raising our children. So y'all voice is the most important. Y'all voices gotta be heard.
Yes. Shout out to the women in the building.
We're happy to be here.
I appreciate y'all. I really, really do.
You know, one thing I want to point out is that I noticed that what Haas has been doing, what Hassan's been doing, a lot of people don't like it, but they don't like talking. Us also. But if you look at what they're doing, contrary to what we've been doing for the last 30 years.
Yo, Rico, your mic is like warping in and out. Is it? You got something under it?
You know what? No, I'm on a stand.
Now, when you get close to your mic, we can hear you.
Yeah, get closer to it, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
What I'm saying is that for some reason, our people love to glorify the dead. And that's why so many people are so happy to end up in them situations. But when you see somebody like Hopper or Charleston shaming the dead, I think that brings more awareness to people, because they're wondering, like, is that going to be me next? I think that right there is day by day, brick by brick, is changing the culture for the better. I mean, people worshiping the worst parts of our culture is disgusting. And I think that talking about it and pointing out is going to put an end to it, slowly but surely. Well, I appreciate the work Moss is doing in his words, because, you know, when people hear his phrases about how these people are killed, these are people that are listening to it the next day, and then it's somebody they know tomorrow. That's the next person on that list. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be on that list. You have to change your behavior, but we need more accountability. But no more worshiping the dead and trying to make it seem like a cool thing to do to end up in one of them situations. It's not. Because your family and people like us listening, we got to live with the fact that you're gone. We got to bury you. But for what? You know, I'm from LA. Every rapper that gets killed gets worshipped, but they pass over the living. How can Snoop is coming alive and trying to help her people and change the culture, and you want to come at her? That's fucking pathetic. In my opinion, bro, it's a sellout. It's a sellout.
Yeah, man. Like Lux was saying about more people was waking up. We was under a democratic spell. When I was young, it's like with, I ain't gonna go down this rabbit hole, but it's kind of like with the globe head theory. I was taught the earth was round, so I had to believe it. I was taught that I was a Democrat. You know what I mean? I didn't know why. I was told that when I was young, like most of us, oh, the Democrats are for us, the black people, and the white and the Republicans are for the rich white people, and they want to keep the rich more rich, and the Democrats want to help feed us, and the Republicans don't care. But this is what I was told, literally told this. And come to find out, the Democrats is the ones who want to keep us enslaved. They want to keep us down. They want to keep us on welfare. They want to keep giving us this government funding and keep us content. They don't want us to rise and become, to be on our own. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah. See, when I grew up, growing up in LA, I come from a fairly well-to-do family, but we were raised conservative because we were raised to believe in family. And that's all that makes you a conservative or Republican really is that we believe in family, man, woman, and child, the nuclear family. That's all it takes. And a lot of our people don't know that that's what it means when you're conservative. 99% of us are conservative. There's only a very small few that are not pro-family, and we got to make family more of an important thing again because a lot of us are lost without family. I mean, look around, the community is suffering. These kids are growing up with no guidance, no nothing, and then they're ended up in grave. I mean, you don't even know where the parents are, and you're not allowed to criticize them. You're not allowed to talk to them. So what are you really reading? What are you really training? You're not learning nothing. I mean, honestly, there's only 2 men out here that are really coming out here and speaking to these people directly about reality. That's Charleston and that's us. And the ones who are mainly against them are the ones who this bullshit system props them up and makes them
be closer to the mic, brother.
These old ass gangbangers, all these washed up niggas. You take away the good shit and the bullshit, they don't have nothing. So that's why they don't want this message to get out because this is all they have. So I'm glad that we can kind of unravel and tear that apart, break it down. I think progress is being made.
Yes. I want
to New York City. Much love to Hocus and Hassan. What do you guys think? Eric Adams is for the people, or is he a part of the trying to lock us up as men? And thank you for the donation, family, G Money. So the brother said, what do we think about Eric Adams? Is he for the people?
You want to go first?
Me personally, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I don't trust no politician at all. For one. For two, I feel like that PPP loan was a setup. They gave people an unlimited taste of money in the hood, and then took it away, and left us with a bunch of guns that can't be traced. So it was a recipe for destruction, and at the same time, birth of drill music at the same time. Because Pop Smoke did a drill thing, but his shit was dope. He wasn't dissing the dead. He was actually like, Pop Smoke to me was like the next 50 Cent coming.
Right.
So now with this movement here, you got a recipe of destruction and a mayor that's looking to be a hero. And that's what he's going to come off as after you sit back and you watch an 11-month-old baby get shot in a car, and then a girl get murdered in Burger King. She's 18, 19 years old. She come to America. She just came to America working there 3 weeks, and she got a bullet to her heart, over $100. So now you have to really, really sit there and say to yourself, okay, are we with them or against them? And in some cases, we have to be with them because it's like, yo, my new slogan, when it comes to things like that, it's lock them up. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you fall into the category of being a hypocrite because now I'm on celebrity status. I go outside with no security. If somebody approaches me, I know my life is in danger and I have to defend myself. That's why I wrote the open letter to Eric Adams. Would it be mercy for me if I have to kill somebody defending myself? Yeah, I turned New York into Gotham City. The police can't even save themselves. Now it's been like 7 police that's been shot in New York in the first 2 months.
Right.
That's when you know New York is scary. So it's like This is why I say stay dangerous and live your life as if you're on a run, because we all know that you're outside with an illegal gun on you. You have no choice. You can't even go to the corner store to go get you a pack of M&Ms or whatever it is that you like as your beverage. You cannot go get that without feeling the danger. It's dangerous. And see, one thing about New York that's different from the South, certain places in the South, you might have to travel a little further to go to a store. There's a corner store on every corner, and there's somebody getting shot in front of that bodega in every corner. If you ain't getting shot, you're getting robbed. So Eric Adams, he's coming in the perfect time to be the knight in shining armor, but at the same time, this is also an agenda. So you're still looking at him sideways. So I understand what's going on. The federal government just let go 60,000 inmates. Those beds are for our children. The flip side to it is like at some point in time, you want to feel like, yo, can I send my kids outside to play? Can I send my kids outside to play without them getting shot? Can I send my kids to school without them getting bullied? Parents are tired of other parents' children. We to that point. So yeah, we looking for a mayor to do part of the job, but part of the job is like itself genocide. Him cleaning up our community is another form of genocide. When in all actuality, if we wanted to clean up the community, all we have to do is stay our ass at home with our kids. Send the bitch ass niggas off of the street corner, back in the house with their goddamn children. Stop being outside, getting fresh to death to be on the street corner. Sit your ass in the house with your children and build with them. Look at the mentality of these drill rappers. If this is the mentality of the drill rappers, look what our future hold for us. Our children are the future. Look at the children.
Right.
Now, you dead right, Haas. As far as I feel about Eric Adams, man, the way he came in just disgusted me though, because he came in talking about if you thought anything was going to change when it comes to, taking this thing in the arm, y'all know what I'm talking about, the bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, he said, if you thought anything was going to change, then you've been mistaken. He was still on some pushing that. Now that they pulling back, the order came from the top to pull back. It ain't like he's pulling back. And for him being a vegan, I put up a video of him. He got a video where he was talking about how, people need to start eating better and get off and these pharmaceutical companies have to be held accountable. He didn't come in with that tone when it came to him becoming mayor. He came in like, I'm gonna push that same agenda. That's what I don't like about him. So that shows me that he's a fraud in that aspect. As far as him wanting to clean up New York City, he's coming down hard on the drill rap. We got to remember he's law enforcement. So I can't think from my street perspective. So I'm not talking from my street perspective right now, guys. He's right. Can we blame him? Like, y'all niggas are telling on yourselves. Y'all saying in these songs, like y'all, and then y'all want to get up there and say, "No, we just rap young black men is getting up out the hood." At whose expense? At the expense of the genocide of our people? No. Don't take your street mind out your brain and put Eric Adams, the police officer / mayor law enforcement, in your mind. How you think they think? They think that you are terror. You are a menace to society. You do not belong in society in a free world. So they're not wrong for what they try. When I was in the streets, this is what get me fucked up. When I was in the streets, I understood this though. I understood that what I'm doing, that's why I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Like Eric Garner, he was on the corner selling cigarettes, bro. You got caught. They caught you selling illegal cigarettes, bro. Put your hands behind your back. Go to jail. You're going through the bookings. You're going to be home. Yes, right. The cop was dead wrong for choking him, and he was dead wrong. You're not supposed to do that. He was illegal procedure, but you could have still been alive. You'd have just put your hands behind your back. When police caught me, it was one time they fucked me up because I had a lot of money on me and I was just mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was giving them a little resistance. But most of the time when I got caught, damn, fuck it. I got caught. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I don't know what y'all think.
Hold on, Condisi gave a donation. Hope I don't know if you can see it. It went off of my timeline, but shout out to Condisi. I was gonna read their own what they had to say or whatever the case may be. And if you could, Hocus, like some of the people that you recognize in the comment section, like I'm gonna type real quick. If you hit on a link, you can make certain people a moderator so we can clean up this comment section too.
Oh, in the chat.
Yeah, because you getting super chats. I don't know if you can see it. The last one.
What is it? Condizu? That's the last one.
Something like that. Yeah.
Younger generation. He said, younger generations let pride get them killed. One of the two has to be a man and turn the other cheek and let disrespectful words ride. This fake tough hood-ish, the root cause of the issue. Respect, fam. Shout out to Condizo. I appreciate the comment and the donation. And yes, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that one.
And thank you to everybody that's sponsoring this war and showing Hocus for a Fifth support on this platform, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that super chat up so we can keep our brother on this platform, because we need more brothers and sisters. And shout out to all the brothers and sisters that's up on this platform that's speaking. We need more of this. We need more voices to go against the evils.
That's a fact.
I mean, come on, you like you just said, if bro would have just cooperated, I never, 5 years ago, I never thought I would be saying this, but it's true. I mean, look at Jacob Blake. All of us is from the hood. If we get into an argument with somebody, we wouldn't let him make it to his car and reach in. So why would we expect the police to allow that just because they're white? That don't make no sense. That man was already on a restraining order. He's already been accused of raping that woman. The police show up, tell him to stop. They pull guns out. He still walks to his car where his kids are and dives in there reaching for something. If we was in a crap game and arguing about $5, we wouldn't let him go dive in his car. But people not wanting to cooperate, people going against it and then crying bloody murder after. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That lack of accountability is a huge problem, and it's embarrassing. Like, I seen all those people that came down on the cop, and even LeBron came down on the cop for shooting one girl to save another who she was stabbing at her neck. I mean, it's just we put police who are there to protect us and protect these neighborhoods. We put them in impossible situations. I was in Scottsdale at a club a few months ago in Arizona, and the only thing to stop these dudes from lighting each other up was the fact that there was 3 police outside, 3 white cops. But as soon as the white cops left, them niggas got into a big old shootout. 3 people got shot right in front of the club. What does that say about us as a culture and a people, that we have to have white police officers there just to keep us from killing each other? It's a shame. It's a damn shame. So, but you can't fix a problem that you won't admit that you have. And look at Snoop calling Candace a coon. I wonder what he would say about us. Anybody who's not pro making us better as a whole, pro protecting the life of our young people, I can't rock with you. I don't care how good your music is or how cool I thought you were X amount of years ago. Once that line is crossed, we're done. We're right now, lines are being drawn in the sand. You got to pick the side. I'm pro-American, I'm pro my people. But when I say my people, it's not based on how we look. It's based on our ideology, our values, what we believe in. And I'm sorry, a lot of us don't believe in us. I just can't rock with them.
That's fact.
Somebody said that we slandering Eric Gardner's name. I disagree with that. It's just common sense. Bottom line to it is, if the police come to lock you up, put your hands behind your back if you committing a crime. If you are not, see, my whole thing is, right, I personally think Eric Gardner was a fucking idiot. Because as big as he was, right, if the police run down on me and I'm going to resist them, I have to at least punch one of them in the face. I'm not going to sit up there and fight you with handcuffs behind my back. If you approach me and I'm going to go out, I'm going to go all the way out. If not, put your hands behind your back, go to jail, get out the same day or the next day, and pay your fine. It's a fucking fine. He was not on a run for murder. It was stupid, and people got to start being real. It was dumb.
Let's be real.
He could have avoided that. Now, when you looking at homeboy that got the needle to his neck, that was totally different.
That was different.
He gave in. He was murdered. That was an execution. That's why I don't even believe it. I feel like it was staged because both of them niggas knew each other. They worked in the same club with each other. He ain't tell that nigga, Bob, get the fuck off me. We know each other. It was just two bugs. It was the perfect setup.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real with you.
George Soros, I feel like
I'm gonna be real with you.
Obviously, Black Lives Matter was staged because George Floyd was the very beginning of this whole entire Black Lives Matter thing, and it was all staged. I feel like we don't even really know if any of these people who we've been known to be killed even actually existed. We don't know that. I know one thing is for sure, that our government and the system of this government works off the emotions of Black people. They work off our Black pain, the pain of Black men, and the pain of Black women. So if they tell us, oh my God, we just shot and killed another Black person, they're going to get, the Black community, once again, will get up in uprising. It's like it's a continual force of fear upon our communities. And we don't even know if this stuff is really happening. We don't even know. Even though everybody can say, yeah, I know, I knew. It's so much stuff about even George Floyd that came out after he died that made it like, was that really George Floyd? Like, was that really the same man who stood on his neck? Like, even when you look at how the police officer was on his neck, that was no act. That was not even normal, bro. Like the way he was staring at the camera, like just killing him, like the shit wasn't even normal for the way it went. So that's why I just think to myself, like 100%, most of the stuff that we're experiencing on mass media, and since we know that they never tell us the truth, why would they be putting the truth out about any of these Black people being killed? Just like the boy who they found in the little boy they found wrapped up in the gym with all his organs missing and all of that. And we started hearing all that stuff, like the little girl, Shanika Jenkins. Y'all remember that girl, Shanika Jenkins?
In Chicago, yeah.
In Chicago. Like we tend to forget that it's every month that's one of these weird situations is happening in the Black communities. But I feel like some way, somehow, like if this is all a simulation, it's really just working on our brains. Like we don't even know none of these things to be for real. But all we know is that every time something like this happened, they pass some new type of laws. Somehow the Black community got to pay for it again. And whatever the family it is, you never even hear about the families afterwards. Like what happened to George Floyd's brother? I think something happened to his daughter, right?
His niece.
You know what?
Got shot.
I didn't even feed into that. Anything with George Floyd name, I overlook it because that whole that world right there is a stage to me. See, what we need to focus more. What we need to focus more on is man, woman, and child. Once you fix the Black household, you fix all of the problems. And this is what people don't understand. Them people gave us reparations through PPP loan money. And what do we do? Everybody lived their best lifestyle instead of fixing their lifestyle. They gave us a taste of reparations. If this satanic system gave us reparations, we wouldn't even know what to do with it. That's because we in competition. We in competition with each other. They gave us.
We in competition with the white people. We're not even in competition with each other. Everybody wants to be as rich as somebody who they don't even know.
Niggas went out for a bunch of Cartier watches.
The white people. When you see the white people, let me tell you something. I went to a function when I was in Miami, had mad jewelry on, and there was a bunch of white people there, and I felt like a nigga. I felt stupid, absolutely stupid, because they're not dressing the way, they're not spending the money. When you look at a white person's lifestyle, you'll see the difference in their home and their properties, with their investments. With us, everything a nigga owns is on his back. We want to be fresh to death, not even for the women. We're not even dressing fresh to death for the woman. We dressing fresh to death for impress other niggas. You even got dudes, you got some dudes go to jail and hustle in jail and live better in jail, dressing better in jail for other inmates. Nigga, you are a slave. And you want to look like the freshest slave in D Block. That is a broken mentality. And like I said, we are our era, our age, we are the crack babies. So the kids we having is the babies of the crack babies generation. This is where the drill movement comes from. We are broken. A man, we so broken that you got dudes out there that's 40 years old, that's laying on top of women and getting them pregnant with no job. Do you know that is genocide? That is a crime against humanity. If you are 40 years old, you are 40 or 30 years old, and you have nerve enough to be having sex with a woman and you don't have a job? It is a crime. It is a crime.
Yo, imagine they make that a crime for real though.
It should be. If you are 30 and 40 years old and you lay on top of a woman and you get her pregnant and you know you can't provide for that child, your ass should be thrown in fucking jail. You are committing a crime. And see, I had to teach myself this because it's like, how are you going to stop what's going on in the world when you got niggas that feel good about giving birth? Like, how do you feel comfortable watching a woman's belly grow? And the whole time she got a baby in her womb, You 40 years old and you watching this baby being developed, then come into this world and don't work in a pie factory, but you steady on social media calling somebody a bozo. No, you the bozo. I respect the working man. I don't care if you shine his shoes. What I don't respect is the real nigga without a dollar in his pocket. And some of these niggas that get with this girl welfare got a little winky-dink job and take her money to impress another female to get into the other female's house. Oh, you had money when I got what you? Yeah, it was the last female's money. She was getting tired of him. He was robbing her to go move on to the next female. These kids is being raised through poverty and pain and welfare. How do you expect a young boy not to come into this world with anger when he got to watch his mama struggle? He got to watch his mother get beat up by the evil stepdad and struggle at the same time. New nigga comes in. Her energy is so broken, she keep attracting dudes that's whooping her ass. So until this boy becomes a teenager where now he can protect his mother, this is why what he had to deal with, on top of not having no decent sneakers in the world of social media where everybody is fresh to death. It's a crime against humanity to lay on a woman if you ain't got a job. And I know a lot of niggas gonna hate that because that's you niggas.
And we had just gotten to in Clubhouse in the group. We were just talking about, there was this one dude in there pretending, he was virtue signaling, trying to get, attention from the sisters in the group, talking about how he loved black women so much, black women queens and all that, right? Well, I'm like, are you married to a black woman? He's like, no. I'm like, well, how many baby mamas you got? He said 7. I said, so you out here you created 7 broken homes and giving them to 7 black women, but you proclaim to really love and admire and respect. It's all that bullshit. He thinks it's cool. He's literally bragging about it because in his mind, he's doing something good, creating all these broken homes with these confused kids. I mean, why? It just perpetuating the cycle. And it turns out he never met his father. His mother had a, one night stand. So she said, he don't know who so it's like, it's a cycle perpetuating itself. It's literally history repeating itself over and over. And if you went through that, why are you in such a hurry to do that to somebody else? Should you not want better?
That's because men are raised to be women haters.
I mean, we all make mistakes and things happen, but to purposely be creating these homes, these broken homes, and these damaged kids who already got to get over stigmas. I mean, you're not even trying to make a home. No plans on doing it. Just keep, like you said, bouncing around more and more, no jobs, can't really afford all these kids you're making, just doing it. And then, but you know what? In the culture, you got to think about it. You cannot be pro-family and Democrat. So the policies around being a Democrat make it so that there are broken homes, because those old gangbangers that I'm talking about, they need kids that come from broken homes, because a kid with parents ain't gonna run and follow them and listen to them. So they gonna get mad at you when you talk about being pro-family. They need your kids to be without families so that they can control them mentally. And it's like these men are creating these kids that are basically just being handed over to the system in other men. They're not even there to keep their kids out of other people's hands. And that system right there is perpetuating. It's a fucked up cycle, man, and something has to be done about it. But avoiding the topic because people will get mad is not the solution.
That's what from now on. Now we going in, bro. We going in. I don't care. Like, get mad. What?
I'm from LA. I remember that song. We all in the same game. That was what, 30-some years ago. How many people have been killed from gang violence since then? How many people were killed from gang violence before then? I mean, literally, all this virtual signaling and all this talk of positivity and all that it's gotten us nowhere. It's time to just use tough love. Reality. No more making respect. No more good vibes and all that BS. No. We need to talk about, let's be real. Let's go directly at the source of these problems and look in the mirror.
Shout out to Chan De Niro for giving a super chat. Respect to the whole platform. Hocus, I'm from the Bronx and work with the youth. Would love if you could come to talk to these babies one day. Thank you, Chan. Thank you for sponsoring this war and showing Hocus 4/5 some love.
Definitely. Chan De Niro, hit me up on my DM on Instagram at Hocus 4/5. Same thing at HOCUS 45TH. Let's talk about it. I mean, I live in Georgia now, but Just hit me up. You never know. You can make
Where the
something.
sisters at? The sisters still in the building? Where the sisters at?
Yeah, they here.
Here.
I want to know what you sisters feel about, because one thing I love about y'all sisters, man. A lot of dudes like with the brother Kevin Samuels. He only give one side of black women. Me myself, I can sit up there and say when I tried to make the transition from being a dope boy into a working man, my wife held me down. But what do you feel about a man, these men that's actually leeching off of y'all and getting y'all pregnant and just jumping ship like it's all good? How like in this world today, some of these dudes are actually considered to be real niggas. That's why I don't call myself a real nigga. I want to know what the women feel about that.
Yeah, what y'all feel? Because if I said they're gonna jump down his throat, so we gotta hear from y'all. Oh, nobody want to go first?
You want to go first, Brittany? Because I can talk about this situation.
I mean, we're all ears. We're waiting.
Okay, well, I'll go first, I guess. I mean, I can say it from a personal standpoint because that's literally my situation. Like I had a baby by someone who actively pursued me. It's just so crazy too. Like men are literally, like you said, actively pursuing women, getting them pregnant. And then it's like the guys literally don't want kids. I guess they don't think that, I don't know what guys are thinking, like they can't have babies or whatever, but literally it's really hurting our black children because these men 100%, that's the new thing, to get somebody pregnant and go on about your business. Well, who's stopping it? That's the thing. Men are still hanging out with men who don't take care of their kids.
Wow.
Right? So it could be a guy like my baby daddy right now, in everybody's eyes who he know, because I'm just so, my biggest pet peeve is embarrassment. So, I don't talk about it. I don't put him on Instagram. I don't blast him on the internet because I don't want to be embarrassed by the fact that I got a baby daddy with lots of money, but you don't take care of your kid. You don't do anything. It's so embarrassing to me, to my son, to his whole life from here on out. You like this huge embarrassment, but it's all for like, because these guys want to be famous. Everybody want to look cool, like they're not tied down, that they have no responsibilities. So I don't know. I think that's really the biggest problem, that men need to really start taking responsibility. I'm reading the comments. That's why I was quiet earlier, because I'm reading the comments and everybody just like, oh, it's the women. They carry the babies. It's their fault. Tell the women stop opening their legs. I just think like, do y'all all know y'all came from women?
Yeah,
do people not understand that?
A man feels good. Let me tell you something. When I dig into my pockets and I put that bread and butter on the table, it feels good to be a man, to actually pay the bill.
Some men have never even experienced that.
Wow.
It feels good as a man. My baby mom's, my son, my second son is what, 25 now? Like 23, somewhere around there. When my baby mother any of my baby mothers hit me up, I need this bill paid, I need that. If I got it, which I have it now, I got it. It feels good to sit up there and say, here you go. No questions asked. A real man, not an OG, not a real nigga, a real man feels good being able to be a provider for a woman. The provider. See, that's the whole key to it, is it feels good. A man, there's men out there that don't make enough. They owe child support. They don't see their first kid. They baby mama hate them. She's being spiteful. And he's on child support and he wants to be able to provide and wants to do more, but he just ain't land that job. And then there's the niggas that actually got the money in their pocket that won't even give their kid a bag of diapers. And if you take the nigga to court for child support, he gonna have one of his men shoot you in the kid. I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna say any names because I know Shorty, but there was a situation that happened on Queen's Flip platform where he did an interview, and in the interview it came out one of the gangsters from New York had a son, and there was a hit put on the mother because he didn't want the kid. But yet this is a dude that's glorified in the streets. And he ain't snitched neither, so they really consider him to be a real Queens legend, real nigga. He put a hit on the baby mom, like, nah. So you spit game to get into her universe and made magic when they created that kid, and then try to act actually put the lights out by sending soldiers to kill it? This is the world that we living in.
But my
It
key
feels
point
good.
is, how do they get her killed? By another man.
No,
That's my big
she
point.
She didn't die. She got shot though.
By a man, I'm sure, by one of his boys who respect the fact that he hates his children. He hates his responsibilities, and his boy is willing to back him on that. And it'll be 10 other men willing to back him on not being a father, even though all of them have lived through a horrible life of probably not having their own fathers. They'll watch their children and their homies' children, their brothers' children. I feel like when men start to, like I said, I'm reading the comments, once men start standing up, stop fighting us, and say, hey, it's you. I hated that you kept the baby. Just imagine when Black men stand back, imagine what, I know a lot of women too are, as far as abortion, I know that's a sticky conversation too, but I know that in our community, you know, and even now, like with the young girls, I'm seeing a lot where the girls just talk about abortion like it's nothing. They're like, oh, God want to get you pregnant, they get rid of the baby. It's literally the whole mindset. Like, it's the girls doing that type of stuff and the guys not standing up to their friends. Like, yo, you need to be taking care of your kids. I don't want to go out to the club with you. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't fucking want to be seen with you unless you taking care of your kids. I'm not doing no business dealing with you. We're not going out to eat. I don't want my wife around yours. I don't want you around my family. These are things that people need to be doing, but nobody do that because it's cool to hang out with this person. Oh, it's because of money that I'm hanging out with this person, but this person don't have morals, and that the generation that they help and bring up is the generation that we all fighting against. So I feel like a lot of people be riding the gate. A lot of people ride the gate because they want to be friends with certain people, and they really risking the future of our children by doing that.
Hold on, that niggas talking about tell a woman to take accountability. No, nigga, man,
I'm reading them.
Man up. I'm never like, sometimes, yeah, okay. Well, the one thing that I won't flip on a female that I gotta hold females accountable for is the fact that I know females that's in relationships with niggas that got kids, and those kids is never in that woman's house. I'm not laying up. I don't understand how a woman know a man has kids and support him not taking care of his kids. So yeah, a woman has to take responsibility for that. But at the same time, too, a man wants to be the king of the jungle, but then you want to complain about a woman. Man up, nigga. If you can't tame that woman, if you can't be the ruler of Zamunda, why the fuck you there? That's the bottom line.
Can I tap in?
Yeah, King.
Yeah, I want to say this, man. I've been through the fucking ringer with both of my kids' mother. Both of my kids' mother, I had to take them back and forth to court to get visitation to see my kids, man. Being a fucking father, it doesn't come with a book. No one can teach you this. You have to have it in you. You have to know within yourself that you have the morals, the principles, and the dedication to raise another human being. That is something that brings you to manhood. You're not a man if you don't take care of your kids. You're not a man if you don't fight to see your kids if the mother decides to take the kids away from you. You have to put on your mantle, put on your motherfucking boots and strap them up and do what needs to be done. I went back and forth to court. I'm not fighting. I'm not doing no arguing. I'm not going back and forth. I'm going to get my shit on black and white. I'm going to fight to see my kids. I know I got to pay child support. Child support comes with it. I have to accept that. It comes with responsibility. But guess what? My father ain't do shit for me. First and foremost, that's who I compare myself to. I compare myself to no other man on this motherfucking planet. All the men in this room at this moment, I already know by listening to their stories that they take care of their kids. But what I'm telling you is that I look at my dad. My dad ain't do shit for me. Nothing. So now I got the mantle. I'm a man now. I can't put the responsibility and say my dad wasn't there and just go on and do what he did. Why would I fuck up my kids like my dad fucked up me? I'm not putting my kids in that situation. I'm gonna fight until the end. And the thing is that my fighting has paid off. I have a bond. I have a relationship with both of my kids, and both of my kids' mothers try to stop me from seeing my kids. Both of them. But guess what? My kids appreciate the fight that I'm up for them. So what I'm saying to you is this. for the men in the room that want to blame the women, listen to what I'm going to explain to you. Do not blame the women unless you realize that there are 3 fingers pointing back at you. You better take up and do everything you need to do to see your kids. I know it's tough. I know it's rough. And this is a conversation I had earlier. I don't understand how both of my baby mothers had fathers in their lives, but yet they make me fight and scrap and take me through all this bullshit to see my kids. But guess what? For real, at the end of the day, I'm keeping it real with you. Both of my baby mothers want to be with me. So they put me through these loopholes and these challenges and stuff like that. But guess what? I don't want them because they pawn my kids. I'm more focused on my kids than anything. And guess what? I got a daughter that's 21. That 21 years seemed like it was yesterday, meaning that it went past so motherfucking fast, man. It seemed like a snap of a fucking finger. I got a 10-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how everything go, man, he be 21 in the motherfucking snap of a finger. That time goes. The kids appreciate your time more than your money at the end of the day. And I lane.
Yeah, real quick.
Omega Beam, you know what's sad? Getting props for doing the things you're supposed to do. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for sponsoring this world. You know what? It's not that we give props, but you know what? You should give props to the men who are actually a chosen few, an elite, a chosen few that's taking care of their responsibility. Because if you could get more men to man up and stand up to raise their children, the streets would not be the same way that they is. Because the reality of it is, me and Hocus got a history of being in the streets, and we don't live like that no more unless we have to. So our kids, like I got 2 daughters right now getting ready to graduate high school at the same time. That's where all of my energy is focused on. My 2 daughters graduating from high school. If more men took accountability and put that kind of energy out there, more of that will be happening. Kids is sitting up there, they don't have no guidance. That's why I have people sit up there saying, how's you saving my life? Because you know what? Sometimes it takes for them to hear something outside of these rappers. Something outside of love and hip hop, basketball wives.
Thanks.
Every platform that they see us on, we have war with each other, and that's why I love this rabbit hole right here with Hocus for a Fifth, because you actually seeing a panel of Black men together, and we ain't going at nobody. All we doing is building on a Black community in a Black household. And that's what's so dope. And then when you read the comments, you got a couple of suckers in the comment section. We're gonna deal with y'all next time when we make some mods. It's like y'all in the classroom. You know how you got the dysfunctional kid in the classroom that's throwing spitballs when you about to take a test in 2 days for that math test or that spelling test, and then that nigga that's throwing the spitballs, when it's come time for him to pass that test, he actually fails, and he's the one that keep getting left back. That's you niggas in the comment section that's saying dumb shit. If we gonna read the comment section, say something that we want to read and we want to repost. Stop talking about childish shit. Right. This is a grown man's conversation, little boys.
But you know what the sister was saying not too long ago, like, you know, why do guys want to hang out with men who aren't taking care of their kids, and they should talk to them and tell them this and this? But you got to realize that kind of social enforcement would mean that the norm of birds of a feather flock together would have to be broken. These are not men who are hanging out with other men who do take care of their kids and their responsibilities and they're pro-family. They hang out with other men of like kind. So you'll be a hypocrite if you don't take care of your kids, but you want to give this other brother a lecture on how he should be in his kids' lives. So you can't expect that. You can't get blood from a turnip, you know. So yeah, they're not going to shame each other. And remember, we are literally in the middle of a culture where the word accountability is removed from the language. There is no accountability. You're not even allowed to say that word. You're not allowed to bring it up. Literally, I saw 3 Black kids shoot 3 other Black kids. And the first thing that came out of one of their parents' mouths was white supremacy. No white people involved. None. They don't even live in a white area. They live in a city where the governor is Black, where the mayor is Black, the city council, the police chief, everybody Black, the people involved Black. But somehow they want to deflect and blame another race of people because accountability is not there. So yeah, you know, it would be good for us to hold other men accountable, but if they're only surrounded by people of like kind, that's not even a realistic expectation. I mean, You can't, the birds of a feather do flock together. So that's also going to be preventing people from having more character enough to say, I'm not going to hang out with a person who's like this. They won't be able to do that.
Hold on, Rico.
Let me go ahead, Hocus.
I was just gonna say, let's just we got 10 minutes to the rabbit hole clubhouse, so let's just get some final words from everybody. We can start at the top. Well, my top is Brittany. Go ahead, Brittany.
I wanted to say, I see a lot of people saying marriage first and deadbeat women. I just want to say I was married first, and we didn't have any kids before we got married. And of course, we wanted to have kids. We were together 9 years. And we could not have a baby. I don't know what it was. We were going to the doctor. We were trying everything we could. And eventually it took a toll on the relationship. And he wanted a break. So, okay, cool. So I go back to the only thing I knew, which was my high school sweetheart. And things didn't work out with us. But I will say we have a great co-parenting relationship. He's there for him. He's not just a and dad. I'm not bitter. I don't have him on child support. Like, he comes through. Like, it's some good dads out here, and it is a way to co-parent and coexist without the bitterness and the hate. I don't feel like every woman is bad, and I don't feel like every man is. I feel like both parties need to take accountability and step up to the plate and do what's right for our children. And I land there.
Right, I'm gonna go. I do for my kids. I do everything I do in this world is for my kids. I live life for them now. In closing, though, I'm gonna just say that everybody that's on YouTube, make sure y'all tap in with me on Clubhouse. Also, we going live at 11. We open up rooms every single night at 11, literally 7 days a week, 11 p.m. And the rooms go from anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. So if you're listening on YouTube right now to the 777 people, make sure y'all tap in with us on Clubhouse. We're going to be doing lives at least once or twice a week, but you'll see me more on YouTube active. And yeah, I'm done. Haas, you want to get some final words?
Yeah, for those of you, definitely got to download the Clubhouse app, so you can go to Hocus 4/5 the Rabbit Hole. That's mainly one of the only channels that I really deal with outside of Bullets Gotti. Because more or less, it's a lot of unnecessary drama that's going on in Clubhouse. I want y'all to stick to the positive conversations or whatever the case may be. We like building over there at the Rabbit Hole. All the other unnecessary bullshit that's going on, especially when you get a certain age, we do things, we say things that we can't take off the internet once we put it out there. So y'all make sure y'all go check in on Hocus 4/5 the Rabbit Hole. And we're going to be doing a whole lot more on StreamYards. So make sure everybody, because a lot of y'all that just came to this live stream, y'all didn't subscribe to Hocus page. Y'all got to make sure y'all go to Hocus 4/5 page, because some of them probably came through to me because I shared the link in my own community tab.
Right.
So
hey Haas, quick question. Are you going to make a backup channel on Rumble, or do you already have one in case YouTube start playing games with your numbers again?
I got to learn about Rumble. I don't even know anything about Rumble.
Bro, listen. I used to do these lives, these long stream lives with guests and people. Literally, they gave me 2 strikes, nuked my account. I'm not able to post. So honestly, for even videos like yours, if too many people get tired of your message or they feel like it's affecting their bottom line, they're going to report you and they're going to try to run you off of there. Rumble is a free speech platform.
Rumble giving out the bag too. Try to send them an email or something. They giving the bag out. They just offer Joe Rogan 100 million because
offered him 100 million.
Yeah, they giving out the bag.
Rumble, you would appreciate. We ain't got to tiptoe around like we do here on YouTube. So I'm gonna start re-uploading all my videos to Rumble. That app on my phone is right next to YouTube, and eventually I'm gonna delete YouTube, and it's just gonna be straight Rumble. That's where I follow everybody. So I think you should
have like an assistant or something. Look into it, bro.
Is Rumble decentralized?
Like, at least get your name on there, so nobody else can try to copy your name, and then you got to get it from them. Make your own account on there so you can lock your name in at least. And then just back up all your videos on Rumble, and eventually Rumble might overtake your YouTube, because YouTube, it looks like it's going down. It's crashing and burning. All this censorship, it ain't going to last too long. Not with America.
You know what it is about YouTube? I'm going to tell you what it is that it's too many dudes like me that's rising up, and we having more power than the celebrities. Like my voice, there's actually celebrities that's reaching out, is calling me on the phone like, yo, you know what I mean, trying to calm me down because my words is holding weight. So they trying to dumb down my views because they realize they spend billions of dollars to keep us dumb. And you got Hocus 4/5 over there on the rabbit hole. So when we sit up there and we start to speak on topics like, for example, with Black Lives Matter done ran away with $60 million, and we start to spit George Soros's name out there, and we starting to realize about Antifa being some little sneaky asses that's paid by George Soros. And then at the same time, Until Freedom and Black Lives Matter was working hand in hand with Antifa while they was breaking in stores and paying our kids to break in stores, but they wouldn't speak out against it. They act like they didn't see it.
I remember.
So it's like, so then when you start waking the people up, like, oh, all this was a whole scheme? This was a plot? It's like, nah, this nigga talking too much. People don't realize sometimes you don't, your words is the war.
I honestly get on Rumble, bro, because they need more people. They need more people like you on Rumble.
Let's last words. Lux, you got some last words?
I just want to say shout out to you, Hocus. Thank you for having us today. This is so cool. I love it. I want to say shout out to everybody in the comments, even y'all who don't understand yet. I think if we do this more often, y'all can get better understanding. And I just want to promote everybody to stand up for what you believe in. If you know people who not doing shit, get them a hint. Don't be afraid to stand up for our kids. And I feel like the comments and people really, really enjoyed us talking about, a better future for our children. So I feel like maybe we should revisit that, when we get more time.
Even maybe sometime middle of the week or definitely next week.
I'd love that.
King DNA. Any last?
Clubhouse gonna be good tonight.
Oh yeah, Clubhouse. The topic on Clubhouse tonight. Let me go look up the room. Is who needs healing? Come in. Wait, hold on. Who needs healing? Come in. Let's help each other. So that's the topic tonight on Clubhouse.
Man, I should be the first. I should be the first one up in there, man. I'm like, man, I cry in a heartbeat for real.
Well, look,
everybody, let me tell you something. Everybody that's listening right now, let me say this, man. Stay home with your family. Watch a little bit of TV, read some books. Stay home. Don't listen to people that sit up there and say, come outside. There ain't nothing outside but evil. Stay your ass in the house.
That's a fact.
The only niggas that's standing outside in 17-degree weather in New York City, especially if you in New York City, in 17-degree weather, is a nigga that ain't got no life, or you selling crack out there. Outside of that, you ain't got no life. Stay your ass in the house where it's safe at.
With that being said, stay your ass in the house. Thanks everybody for chiming in. Go to Clubhouse. You're about to be lit in 3 minutes. Yvonne, you ain't really get to speak much. Hopefully next time you speak, Yvonne. But
right.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for pulling up.
And she looked like she got so much to say.
Stay away from them government. Stay away from them government.
Thank you, Hocus.
From the hell, bro. So she got a lot to say. Thank you. Thank y'all for pulling up. Look.